10-minute drive west of us. But like we would always go to other like family houses, right, for Christmas time. But that year we couldn't because it was like minus 35. And like, yeah, it's like, oh, okay, cool. We're just having a small thing with ourselves, right? Anyways, so 2 weeks later, it was New Year's Day, and it was plus 15. And that would have been in, I'm going to say 90, 91.
Last year, they predicted a very strong winter in the summertime, which I found hard to believe. And it's only non-stop since the first week of November. I think yesterday.
Dad, tell color no texting. Color no texting. Hey, iPhone, please.
Yeah, I hope so. And I mean, like, truthfully, the farmers and whatnot do need this late snowfall because, like, with the weather that we have had, well, down here anyways, like, it's been relatively warm, so, like, the ground isn't frozen anymore. Yeah, so with this dump of snow, and it's like that thick, heavy, wet stuff, that has a lot of moisture content to it, and because of the warm, well, now it's actually able to soak in.
Right, exactly.
100% on that. Yeah, and like in what was it? A couple years back, it was brutally cold, and then it just like snap of the fingers warmed up, and we did have rain in that like thaw cycle, but the ground was still frozen. So all that water that everybody's thinking, oh, the farmers got water for their fields now, well, it doesn't actually soak in. It just takes a layer of topsoil with it and gone. Yeah, because like if the ground's frozen, it can't absorb the water. It just hits it and runs off.
It's right on top. Yeah, it's just like another layer that's not going to get through.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm really surprised that CRA has sent you a letter because I am looking at the notice of determination. So those were writing about your son, Colin, eligibility DPC. Please keep this letter for your record. We completed our review and determined that Colin is eligible for DPC for 2018 to 2034 tax years. You may be entitled to claim the amount of your income tax return. The adjustment request, which I saw the readjustment reassessments, and then at the very bottom it just says you will have to fill a you will have to file a fully completed T201 DTC certificate for the 2035 tax year or have your tax for what? Oh, they are asking for one.
Yeah, and like I already sent that in. Well, it could be like with all the, I would imagine just the way the government works, they actually have like an office full of people that are just trying to justify their jobs. So you have the Billy Bob sitting in there going, oh my God, there's not enough of this and everybody's good for this, like for the next 10 years. I gotta justify why I'm here, right?
Yeah, maybe you're right, absolutely. And I know they're having so many cuts and everything at the federal level. From what I understand, they're trying to go back to pre-pandemic dollar amounts, I guess, to have whatever money they're trying to save.
Absolutely, yeah. And it's kind of funny that you mentioned that. My uncle used to work for the federal government, and he was on the what do you call it? Like human resources side of things for like Western Canada. Like his portfolio, if you will, was like payroll and something else. And like he still talks to people that work in that office, and he's like, yeah, they're gonna have a hell of a time because not only like the government rolled out that new payment or payroll system that absolutely failed, and then they're like they hired on all these people, and now they're finding out like, oh, they like what was it in that 1 week they let go 150 people because like here's the tax people trying to do tax scams on server.
Absolutely. And I saw they're laying off like another 250 individuals from like HR, from security, from a few of the different departments.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah, and that's going to be a nightmare because, well, they still owe them pension. And here's the thing: just because they're laid off from CRA, they're still going to be employed by the government because the way that the union works, you can't. Like my other uncle used to work for what was it? The Alberta Liquor and Gaming. So he was in charge of like liquor stores when the Alberta government owned them, and they got fine privatized all the liquor stores, like hooray, big deal. But now he was out of a job, and they had to find him a new one.